Hello everybody, I'm Boaz Fyler. I'm an evolutionary astrologer, and this is the evolutionary astrology message for the week between September 7th and 14th, 2019. This is where I talk about celestial transits that affect all of us, all zodiac signs, in an evolutionary manner. So before I even go down into the weekdays and the amazing transits that are coming our way, I want to remind you that we're looking for people to join my English group internationally, online. Study with me, become an astrologer, even if it's just another tool you want to add to your personal toolbox, or if it's something that you really need as a professional, or it's just something you want to do for your friends and for yourself. This is an amazing opportunity. So all the details of how to contact me and get all the information you need about this international course at the end of this video. If there's one mantra, one memory I want you to come out of this session, very short session with me today, is that if you won't change, the world won't change. And when I'm saying it to myself, I'm saying if I won't change, the world won't change. If we don't change, the world won't change. This is the time in which all of us should be just doing, flowing, creating. The electrons, the droplets need to be excited and need to start creating, transmuting, advancing, changing this world, upgrading this world, and actually moving it away from the catastrophe we are heading into, back to realignment, back to the 1,000 years of peace that we could be heading into. So the choice is very clear. We could either be heading into an unprecedented catastrophe on a global scale, or we could be heading into a millennia of prosperity. The choice is very clear, and I want to share something very personal. When I was growing up, I was very pessimistic. And I was sure that we're heading into this catastrophe, either an ecological catastrophe or a third world war, atomic annihilation, or whatever. Growing up in Israel, having a war every 2.5 years didn't really help. But then about 20 years ago, I became really optimistic, after we've passed the year 1999, which was a kind of, Armageddon prophecy year, I became very optimistic. I said, hey, maybe we transcended over it. Maybe, we don't have to go through that. Maybe we understood our lesson, and we don't have to go through that hardship. And we can continue to an age of prosperity and well-being. And 20 years later, again, the same two catastrophes are on our doorstep. And I'm asking, gosh, haven't we learned anything? Again, it's either a third world war and an atomic catastrophe, or an ecological catastrophe, an extinction, on unprecedented scales, or both. And this is where it becomes really important. If the drops won't recognize that they make up the oceans, that they make up the currents, they build up the waves, they would only remain lost droplets in the vast, immense, immeasurable, great ocean of time. The molecules need to get excited. If there's one thing I want you to do this week, is change, transmute, allow yourself, to put that mantra in front of your third eye and say, if I won't change, the world won't change. It's the little things we do from the time we wake up till the time we go to sleep. It's the priorities that change. It's the recognition of how our own personal actions impact the greater scheme of things. We're having this beautiful aspect coming in, you know, between Mars and Saturn, trine between Mars and Saturn. Whenever there's a trine between Mars and Saturn, whenever Mars is affected by Capricorn in some way, it becomes much more responsible and aware of it, the long-term implication of its impulsive actions. That's why it's considered exalted in ancient astrology. Because I understand that if I'll be stepping on the gas when the light is red and putting on the brakes when the light is green, I won't be the only one getting hurt. That if I'm living in a society, I need to keep consensus on the one hand, abide the law on the other, and fight for what is right, and understand the implications of my actions on the other. So allow yourselves to change and upgrade and transmute and do things differently and be flexible and understand and remember that if the drops themselves would not sweeten, the ocean would remain ever salty. Please, you are the heroes of the story and we all need you. We can't do it without you. So let's see how this falls into the weekdays. Saturday the 7th, what an energy. Venus trines Pluto, great for intimacy, great for sex, great for getting into those deeper layers of our relationship and actually provide ourselves with higher wisdom and a wider scope of what this relationship is for us and how much value it provides, and understand our inner value, our self-value a lot better. It's a great day to be with the elderly. It's a great day to be with people who outrank you, with authority figures. It's a great day to put down strategic foundations for the future. However, Saturday night Eastern European time, that's Saturday noontime and morning in the States, and Sunday morning in Australia is a sensitive time. There's a square to Chiron from the moon. Sunday the 8th, a lot of energies. Hello, Georgia. Yeah, she sends her regards. Oh, you wanted to say something? Yes, please, Georgia. What did... Oh, right. We didn't talk about that. It is important. So Georgia just reminded me that, you know, sometimes we could lose ourselves in passivity, thinking that we are helpless in actually maneuvering things. Yes, right, that we remain passive and immobile, and the feeling, really, Georgia, that's very deep. The feeling of helplessness is growing within us, and we, what do we do? Okay, the Maya, wow, yeah, nice phrase. So Georgia brings in Eastern philosophies, and she says that we lose ourselves in the Maya, the illusion of separateness. Anything else to add? She uses Lakota language, and she says, "Metakuye oyasin," we are all connected, everything is related. So understand, every little ripple you create, you never know where it's gonna get. Many ripples together get the pond excited, and look, it's raining and water is filling up. So yeah, Sunday, don't overdo things, especially Sunday night Eastern European time. Don't exaggerate. There's a lot of energy and a lot of will, and it's a great time to put things again in a strategic manner, to be more responsible, more adult about things, to see the long-term implication of stuff. Coming up on Monday is that trine between Mars and Saturn, and a trine between Mercury and Pluto, giving us deeper understandings, introspective and psychological abilities to actually delve deeper and become more powerful with our minds. And Tuesday, it's a day for more passivity. It's a day to allow yourselves to be flexible. It's a day to keep yourself tolerant. Wednesday is a lucky day. Again, flexible and lucky day. Thursday the 12th, Friday the 13th, Saturday the 14th. Rise in energy, even though the moon is in Pisces, we're heading towards this very powerful full moon in the 21st degrees of Pisces, conjunct Neptune, and opposed by Mars and Mercury and Venus, and squared by Jupiter, again asking us to reunite, asking us to see ourselves as a part of a greater whole, to take responsibility, to take control. Virgo doesn't like, you know, to have things, you know, remain unknown and uncharted and keep it down to fate, to know really where we're heading. No, we want to have a plan, and we want to do everything within our power to fix things and make them have better maintenance, more punctuality and perfection, and actually heal things in our lives, in our environment. And understand the power that we, as a whole and as individuals, have over changing, transmuting, and healing this world and our lives in it. There's a mutual reception there that always goes on. And on that day of Saturday the 14th, that full moon, Venus and Mercury conjunct, exact conjunction on Friday, would be moving into the sign of Libra, making things even more apparent from the other side, holistic side of the scope, seeing what we need to do to bring in more balance and harmony into our lives, and hopefully get a wider, better, more holistic perspective on how it is that we need to somehow reach an equilibrium and work together in cooperation. Primal word of Libra, cooperation. Together, Mercury and Venus, our environment and our loved ones, our relationships, navigating this together to find more peace and harmony and equilibrium, Libra. So with that optimistic note, again, I'm reminding you of this week's, thought that I want to leave you with. If I won't change, the world won't change. If I won't change, the world won't change. And it's the little things we do from the time we wake up till the time we go to sleep. The priorities that we change because of the recognition of the impact and the responsibility that we hold. So with that, and with the blessing that the molecules would be excited, thank you for watching. And again, we're looking for people for my English group of beginners, International English Group of Beginners. Sign up. May you live long and prosper.